Shall I start now?
Vivekanand sir will let you know. Just Vivekanand
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Vivekanand sir. Vivekanand sir. Vikas sir.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Please thank our last speaker and then please introduce our next speaker.
Sir, I have finished the thanking to Dr. Hari Mohan Rai sir. Again, I would like to thank Dr. Hari Mohan Rai sir for his wonderful and very interactive and informative lecture. Hope all the participants will get benefited. And the lectures of Hari Mohan Rai sir is recorded and it will be posted in our discussion platform in the Moodles. From there also, students can revise their lectures and they can practice again. Thank you once again, Dr. Hari Mohan Rai sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me.
Thank you, Hari Mohan sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Now attendance sheet already circulated. Hope participants are filling the attendance sheet. Now we are going to start session 2 of day 2. This session will be covered by Professor Naeem R. Kidwai. The title will be Creating Moodle Course. Professor Dr. Naeem R. Kidwai is Professor and Head Electronics and Communication Department at Integral University, Lucknow. He earned PhD in image coding from Integral University, Lucknow, obtained MTech from Uttar Pradesh Technical University, Lucknow, MBA from Jamia Millia Islamia University, New Delhi, and BSc Engineering in Electronics from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. He has more than 23 years of professional experience, including teaching, industry, and research. He has published many papers in journals of report, including IEEE. He has also delivered several invited talks, lectures, and workshops. He has 2 books to his credit. He is a member of various professional societies, including ISTE, SSI, IAENG, etc. He has guided many UG and PG projects and research sessions. He has been actively involved in academic administration, including curriculum and course material development. He has earned SAP Excellent Award in IIT Bombay, FDP on online and blended learning, and developed MOOC FDPs at Integral University. He has specialization in image processing, digital communication. His field of interest is image processing, digital communication, renewable energy resources, financial management, online and blended learning. Now, without taking much time, I would like to invite Professor N.R. Kidwai sir to start this discussion. Professor N.R. Kidwai sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for introducing me and permitting me to take this session. My session title is Running a Moodle Course. Dr. Rai has already introduced a lot in that much shorter time about creating the course and creating various activities. I will basically focus on running a Moodle course, that is an online course, which is nowadays in COVID pandemic become a need of the time. So you can ask questions in chat as well as by unmuting your mic in middle if you wish. Otherwise, I will try to cover the topic in a way where it can be easily resolved. All the queries on the chat, I will try to answer in this delivery. So in the presentation, I will do some demonstrations, and that demonstrations will be on the Moodle site of REC Ambedkar, in which you have already enrolled as a student. So coming to the topic, one question that comes in the mind, how and to create a course online and how to run that course. Creation has been already explained by Rai Sahab in that shorter time. So I will focus only on running the course. So at first, any course online should be able to cover all the activities of the traditional classroom which we are conducting till yet. In traditional classrooms, we are basically conducting content delivery through synchronous classes. Synchronous means all the students and teachers has to be present at the same time. By means of lecture delivery, by means of board writing, by means of presentations, by means of discussion of case studies and solving numericals. In these classes, students make notes in their notebooks. In the same classes, we were able to conduct assignments and quizzes. In the same classes, we were able to do discussions, we were able to run doubt clearing sessions, and we were taking feedback as well. Of course, one common point of these classes were to conduct attendance and whenever required to conduct counseling sessions. And above all, whenever required, motivational lectures were given by the teachers. So all these components should be covered in online classes. So I will cover each and every component, how it can be covered in online course created on Moodle. So basically, online courses are meant to provide both kind of sessions, asynchronous as well as synchronous. In asynchronous mode, learning resources are provided in form of PPTs, in form of PDF, in form of documents, in form of video, in form of website URLs, in form of Wiki, in form of other online resources. One practice I would suggest, because whenever a teacher thinks of creating an online course, first thought comes for creating learning materials. Of course, it is a good practice to create your own learning resource, but at the same time, you can use good learning resources available on the YouTube, on the SlideShare, by just giving URL and acknowledgement. That will be in line of fair academic use, and you can all easily use this. In synchronous classes, nowadays, I think most of the teachers are using Zoom app or Cisco WebEx or other platforms to run synchronous classes with the students in this pandemic. Genomio.com already has one video conferencing Jitsi, which allows to connect 200 users, and that is free. It is already inbuilt, and you can just add this conferencing as an activity in your course. And whenever at a scheduled time, you can connect to your users. Replacement of class notes. Class notes are simply done in form of journal plugin. Journal plugin can be used to allow of creating simple text-based entries. Those text-based entries can be done by the students, or they may be asked to create their own journal in any online platform, like in Moodle Docs or PDF, and they can share it to the teacher whenever required. Next important component of traditional classroom is assessment. Those assessments were based on assignments. It may be group assignment, it may be individual assignment. The same assignments can be shared on Moodle, can be submitted on Moodle course, and can be evaluated by the instructor or teacher or facilitator in the Moodle course. And there are various quiz options which has been shown by Dr. Rai. These quiz options can be used to conduct quizzes, and lot of quiz behavior options are available which can be activated to target learners to learn, to assess, and to possibly for collaborative learning. Out of all available options, essay type descriptive questions can be asked. These answers can be submitted by the students. That can be only manually graded. Rest all the types can be auto graded, and immediate answers of evaluation of those quizzes submitted by the student can be done. Important aspect of online course is discussion forum, attendance, counseling, module, and there are various motivational tools available. Attendance tab is there, in which online attendance of the students can be marked, whether it is a synchronous class or asynchronous class. On the scheduled timing, even students may be asked to mark their own attendance by making a login into the course. So that part can be shifted to the student. They have to log in the course, perform a particular activity, and mark their attendance on their own. That is a big task to be performed, routine task to be performed in a traditional classroom. And counseling sessions can be organized in form of chat, where at a particular time, all the students can join and ask their queries to be answered by the facilitator or teacher. Another important platform of Moodle course is a discussion forum. This can be used in many ways to create a platform of collaborative learning where any student can raise a query, or they may be asked to answer a question, and that can be viewed by others. And besides that, there are certain motivational tools. These tools are available in which
Advice,
you
sir,
can... Sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Kindly, if you start slides, so then it will be better for all the participants.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Actually, new entries were disturbing that slideshow.
Okay.
So,
try to make yourself on center of the screen.
Right, sir.
Half visible.
Okay. Well, now I am visible, sir?
No, it's still half.
Still half.
No.
Now?
It is much better.
Okay, then. I will go ahead with this setting. There are various motivational tools which can be used to motivate students to perform the task, as well as to direct them for a particular learning path. These tools are badges, simple certificates, completion progress bar indicating what activities they have done and what has to be done, restrict access where you can control to perform a particular activity or set of activities before coming to this one, and activity completion, which will show whether this activity has been completed or not. So I will discuss these in brief, then I will demonstrate in the course of your platform, as well as in any other course created by me. Discussion forum, which is an important component for participative and collaborative learning. There are three particular settings which can be used. One discussion forum can be a standard forum for general use. It is by default, if you create a forum, it will be a standard forum for general use, where any participant can start a new discussion thread or answer in any discussion thread already available. Another one is a single simple discussion forum. It is meant for focused discussion, where participant can only reply to the focused question posted by the teacher or facilitator. So this can be used to ask a question where every participant may be required to answer that particular question only. And another type of forum is question and answer forum. In this, participants can reply to the facilitator's question, and only after the participant posts his reply, he or she can see the other replies. So that opinion or post by the participant has to be his or her own thought, and that has to be posted before seeing the thoughts or replies of others. So this can be, these forums can be easily used to as a tool for collaborative learning, for collecting thoughts, for sharing thoughts on a particular topic. And there are various question behavior options. Rai Saab has told how to create a quiz. He has demonstrated in a quiz how to add questions. There were a lot of questions which could not be answered in that shorter time, but you can practice it later. But there are various question behavior. Every quiz can be set for these particular behaviors, and that behaviors can be used for a particular type of learning or assessment. One question behavior is deferred feedback, in which a student must answer to each question of the quiz and submit the entire quiz before the quiz is graded, or they may get any feedback. Answers and feedback to the question after quiz submission are available. So here, student, it is like a simple quiz where answers or feedback to each question will be available after completion of the quiz. Another question behavior is adaptive mode or adaptive mode, no penalties. Here, students may be allowed to have multiple attempts of the questions before moving on the next question. It can be used for learning the key concepts by multiple quiz attempts or question attempts. Like I told earlier, essay type questions, which is which requires descriptive answer, that can be submitted by the student in online text or as a file. Only this type of question requires manual grading. Whether this question is posted separately, one question in a quiz, or it is part of a general quiz, this question requires manual grading by the teacher. Another question behavior option available in Moodle is interactive with multiple tries. Here, minimum 3 attempts are available. Here, a check button appears with the question. After answering the question, a student can check whether the answer is correct or wrong. And if answer is wrong, a student can try again. This mode can also be used, again it can be used for multiple attempts on each question and to learn the concept by attempting the question. Immediate feedback is another question behavior where immediately after answering the question, response or feedback is available that tells a student whether this answer was right or wrong. This immediate feedback method question behavior can be used in a quiz where students can be motivated to answer next questions carefully so that they can secure a target mark by knowing whether earlier question got correct or wrong. One important aspect is that key questions are normally asked in MCQ type or true false or something where a student has to simply put a tick. Whether the student is confident on for that answer or not, that is not clear in that tick. So another type available is where you can use the modes deferred feedback or immediate feedback with an additional component that is called CBM, certainty based marking, in which participant will answer the question as well as they will choose a clarity level or certainty level, and the grade will be adjusted accordingly. Answer with high certainty will be graded higher, and answer with low certainty will be graded lower. At the same time, if answer is wrong and certainty level is high, larger punishment, higher marks will be deducted, and with low certainty, lower marks will be deducted. This method can be used to gauge their certainty of answers, as well as this assessment technique encourages honesty and discourages hit and trial. For question settings, there are various suggestions, because this assessment is not only a tool on online course to assess the students' performance and learning, but it is also a tool to encourage them to learn more. So effective question design tips are given here. Each question should be tied to a course learning outcome that you have decided by understanding this topic, what they will learn. So each question should be asked or tied with a course learning outcome. The questions, easy question on any topic can be formed, or tough questions any topic can be formed. So it is suggested that each question should be tied with the Bloom's taxonomy level, which is remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. This Bloom's taxonomy level linking with questions is already in practice in several universities, and NAAC and NBA basically prefers that. Also, you should ask multiple questions on each important topic being taught. And in MCQ, you should try to make sure that each wrong answer should represent a common misconception about the topic. This basically eliminates easy guessing. Please erase the annotations on the PPT done by you, because the same annotations will be visible to everyone. And all questions created by you in the quiz should be tested by you, as well as it should be reviewed by you for your target course outcome, learning, as well as assessment target. And of course, at the end, use a suitable question behavior as discussed earlier. And one additional suggestion I'll give, normally nowadays, Google is a platform where almost all the answers are there. So before making the question, please check the same question with the answers is available on the Google or not. You may use it or you may change it. It depends on you as a teacher. So as online quizzes are basically aimed to be conducted outside of the class, so students are free to take help of other students or to take help of textbooks or their notes or Google itself. So that gives a chance of cheating. And there are various ways in which this cheating can be stopped, or it can be limited. One simple way is to randomize the question order and the answer order. Also, we can create a larger question bank, and out of that larger question bank, a random subset of the question bank can be given in the test. Also, it is possible to make different quizzes, each for a target group. In that way, possibility of sharing or the answers will be limited. And Moodle permits timed quizzes. So if you design a quiz, gauge how much time is required to solve genuinely, and only that much time can be allotted to the quiz, and quiz will stop after that period of time. Google Moodle course has one question type, that is calculated MCQ. Here numericals can be provided. You frame only one question, keep one or two parameters as variable. Then each student on each try will get a different parameter to solve the question, and answer will be different for each student. That can be used to discourage sharing of answers or cheating. And of course, one simple way is MCQ with multiple answers. By creating MCQ with multiple answers, that answer of that question will require clarity of concepts. So sharing of answers will be restricted. And use CBM in the questions to further become sure of their certainty about answers. So these are the techniques using which you can easily know or how much they have learned, and you can also ensure a sufficient fairness in the assessments. Now, now I will request everyone to log on REC Ambedkar Genomio site, the course in which you have got the enrollment certificate, and go to the section running a Moodle course. In that, you please attempt the quiz. That quiz is meant for 5 minutes, and after you answer, I will show you what kind of reports about the quiz is available. And you can also gauge how much easy or difficult to share the answers in that particular time. Please go to your Moodle REC Ambedkar Moodle site, log in on that in next minute, and afterwards go to the section running the Moodle course and attempt the quiz. Quiz has only 5 questions, answer them, and after 5 minutes we will share your responses as well as the reports available in the quiz. So I'm showing the site where this quiz is available. Just a minute, sir. This is the site of REC Ambedkar Nagar where you have been enrolled as a student, the FDP site. Scroll down to the session running a Moodle course. This quiz is available only to those who have already filled entry feedback and who have generated enrollment certificate. It is a restriction to motivate you to do these activities. So those participants who have not done this, please fill the entry feedback. It will take only half a minute and generate enrollment certificate. Only then this quiz will be available to you. On your screen, you are seeing the site. Click this quiz. Okay, many participants are reporting that quiz is not available, so I will check whether quiz is available or not. At first, I am checking the timing. It is available from 10:30 to onwards. Timing limit in this quiz I have set as 5 minutes. So for those who, for them timing is different. It may be because in your settings that timeline is different. Otherwise, this quiz is available. Okay, I will make it available for everyone right now. I will remove the timing limit. But I will change only time limit and not the other restrictions. I am removing the time tag. Now this quiz should be available to everyone. I hope now it is available. Okay, go ahead with the questions in next 5 minutes. All other participants, there may be a network issue. Otherwise, if you open in your panel, if you have done this entry feedback and enrollment certificate, it will be available immediately. Hello. Now I am seeing the reports of the quiz. As a teacher, I have opened the quiz and I have clicked on the results. I have checked this, only finished answers are available here, and you can see there are 93 attempts, out of which several people have attempted this. And you can see all the gradings are immediately available. The right answers are there. 1 marks allocated for the question has been given. Wrong answer, 0 marks. And every thing is logged here. only 30 participants per pages is available. This list can be installed, and a graph is also available. How many students have secured in the range 2 to 2.25? Many students have secured in this range? How many students have secured in this range, and how many students have secured in this range? This is auto-generated graph. It shows how many participants have got marks in this. After refresh, it will update. This result can be saved in CSV format, Excel format. It can be downloaded and exported. For each student, by name, it can be selected how much marks and which question was right or wrong. Now the graph is raising. More and more participants have completed the quiz, and 5 marks has been obtained by 3 participants till yet. 4.5 marks range has been obtained by 6 participants, and likewise the graph is showing the distribution of participants and their scores. Total 113 attempts has been made. Now it has been changed to 117 attempts. See here, this graph has further improved by itself. Those who could not do it, the quiz will remain there. They can attempt it later. So please give your opinion in chat box, at least few of you. How have you felt by performing this quiz? So in this way, or in last day's session, I have seen many questions in chat box, how to conduct an online quiz. This is a simple way to conduct an online quiz, online midsem test. It may include descriptive question or not, but even MCQs are sufficient to ask tough questions and create a tough assessment or challenging assessment to the level you want. right? So to show what a complete course component is there, I will come back to the slide and then I will further demonstrate. Coming back to the slide. So using this method, you can time the quiz, you can make the questions in random order. This quiz can be used to assess a group of students, and in this various means adopted by you, uh, chances of sharing answers can be eliminated or at least reduced to an extent that is satisfactory. And of course, a good practice is that in which you conduct at least few proctored exams. In that, you can ask them to be present in a video conference and attempt the timed quiz in the same conference while video is on and you can see their faces. This reduces chances of sharing answers, although internet, Google will be available to their help. For that, question has to be made in such a way that this question, each question's answer is not directly available on the Google. It helps in identifying the learning, the problems, level of learning understood by the student for that topic. And proctored exam also helps to in ensuring that they know that they may be monitored at some point of time. And it is a common observation that most of the participants will be honest if it is not too easy to cheat. It should not, there should not be any tempting opportunity to cheat. Then most of the students will be honest. And one important feature of Moodle course is there are options are available. Using games for learning is called gamification. And nowadays, youngsters spend a lot of time on smartphone, on digital media, television, laptop. So some of this time can be stealed by using, there are various games available, that is crossword, hangman, cryptex. It is based on glossary entries. And based on quiz questions, there are games like Snake and Ladder. We all have played games similar to Millionaire or Sudoku is available. You can create that. So this gamification can be used to take more of their attention. It may interest to the students. And at the last, which I will demonstrate in the course itself, there are various reports available in Moodle course. In Moodle course, we can see live logs, we can see activity report, we can see participation report, and we can see activity completion report. In activity completion of each participant can be seen, or even if required, it can be edited by the teacher. In participation report, for each particular activity, how many students have participated, this is shown. For in activity report, also the details, how many students have participated, how much time they have spent, that is available. So now I will demonstrate in a course created by me for these reports as well as the components told by Dr. Harimohan Rai. So coming to the This is site of my college Genomio account, in which we have run FDPs as well as we are running several courses. I will show one of my course, that is financial management, on this site. I'm entering in the course, and you can see in each unit I have provided, this is based on topics or units. This course had 5 units. In each unit, I have provided learning materials, basically PPTs in PDF form available here. I have added various quizzes. This quiz is important. I wish to show you. I'm taking the preview of this quiz as a teacher. Uh, Sorry, this quiz is not that. It should be different quiz. Yes, this is a calculative question. I have created only one question, and here this value is variable, and in each attempt this value will change. So by creating this question, if all the students take this question quiz at a time, for each student the question will be different. Like I will show, I am taking this attempt, just clicking anything to finish that. Then I will submit and finish my review attempt, and see this selection was wrong, and check this number. In next attempt, this number will change. It is 87,305. And after I finish review, I will take preview again. See, this number was set as variable, and in this attempt, this number has changed. So all the options has automatically changed. And in this way, a student in multiple attempts will get a different question, or many students attending the quiz at the same time, even by sitting near to each other, they each will find a different numerical. And then in quiz, each one will be forced to solve its own question. So that is a way. This is called calculative quiz. And there are other components: discussion forum and feedback. Feedback you have tested. In discussion forum, you can see one discussion question has been posted by one student. This discussion forum was meant to be in a simple discussion forum where anyone can post or add a new discussion topic. I will show another discussion forum where it has been used in question answer format, where each student will be required to answer the question before going to the next point. So see this discussion forum. It is all again free for each student to answer. In the fourth unit, that discussion forum was used, which is in question answer format. Here, each student was asked to answer the particular question. The question was, mention which method of investment of project appraisal do you like and why. So each student has posted his or her own answer, and after posting this answer, a student will be able to see answer of others. So this type of forum can be used to gauge the students' understanding, as well as on several cases or several topics, each one will be able to see opinion of others. And this will encourage participative learning because they can further raise the questions or answers on this. So I have already crossed the time, but I will request host to give me 5 minutes more so that I can show you the reports.
Okay, sir, you can carry on, sir.
So here in this course, as a teacher, I am clicking on this wheel and there are various options here. I will click on more. And in this, you can see there are various reports available. As a teacher, number of entries here will be less. It is available to admin. So you can see there are various reports available here. And each one can be checked, like how many students have logged today or on a particular day. That can be seen here. All the entries are recorded. How much time students have spent on any activity, that can be seen. Live logs means how many students are logged right now. That can be seen here. Activity report I will show at first. You can see there are various activities in the quiz. For course enrollment certificate, 41 users have viewed it for 63 times. This is activity report. In the quiz one, 71 users have given 821 views. Each view means one attempt, and multiple attempts were allowed in this. In this entry, 52 users have given 130 views. By this, you will have an idea how many users have spent time on which activity or how many times they have seen each one. I will again go back to another report. I will show just now, I will show attendance tab as well, but please bear with me to see this report. This is report of course participation. Here you can select which activity model you want to see. I have posted 2 assignments. I want to see the report of participants. So you can see for this particular activity, what is the report. Mr. Zishan has not taken any action on this, or it means he has not submitted his assignment. Ravi Kumar Yadav has taken 3 times on this activity. And Arish Sheikh has clicked on this activity 14 times. Likewise, all these details will be available. You can, on these check boxes, you can select students who have done or not done something, and you can make a message to all the students fitting in that particular criteria from this point only. I will come to another report, activity report. This is report of activity completion, where you can see for all the participants, all the activities are listed, and this tick shows whether they have completed this activity or not. For example, this student has not done this activity, quiz 1, quiz 2, failed in assignment 1, feedback not filled, and later on he has not completed the activities. This student has not completed any activity at all. So likewise, and all these reports can be exported in Excel. So these reports are most important components of any LMS, and this makes this LMS valuable. many kind of reports are available, and with each report you will be able to understand the uses of your activities created as well as used by the students and their performance. Likewise, there is a dedication block where stats shows how many students have logged on today. By clicking, I can see the names, how many students have logged on today. These students have logged today. By clicking here, I can go for more details. For each student, I can see in which activities they have entered today or on a particular day. And as in chat box, I have seen question on attendance. So I will show you how attendance module works. Here you can add sessions, your timetables. And for multiple sessions, you can just select the recording options. Whether you allow students to record their own attendance or not, that can be chosen here. And by this, easiest way is to allow students to record their own attendance on a particular time period. So it will be their responsibility to log into the site and mark their own attendance. So this attendance module is a very good option to conduct attendance. As a teacher, you can also mark. There is counseling module in which you can set a time and ask all the students to post their queries in chat form and you can answer them. Likewise, all the activities can be scheduled, and a good course will be one in which all the components which can be utilized for learning and directing their learning is available. And most important of all, this restrict access, which you have, many of you have faced right now. This restrict access, you can choose for any activity and restrict access based on their profile, based on the activities, based on time, based on grouping. And you can force them or direct them to complete the activities before coming to this one. In this way, each student will be required to complete a minimum set of activities if a student wishes to complete its course. So that's all from my side. If any query, please ask in next 2 minutes. I will try to answer, and then I will hand over to the next person. I'm sorry, I'm using laptop due to some issues on desktop. So you may not have been able to see my face properly in most of the time. So any question, please unmute your mic and ask it.
वो जो है वो खतरनाक है, उससे जो है लगभग पूरी दुनिया के जो है 80% लोग
Unmute your mic only when you have to ask a
20% लोग पूरी दुनिया में
somebody completing their task successfully. You can start a discussion and user can answer. इसमें दो आंसर है, स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म और जनरल फॉर्म. स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म to display in block like format.
Many number of advisors.
Next is इसमें which type of request manual
do one thing. Post your question in the chat.
तुम्हारा
Questions in the chat box only, because there are many number of voices.
So if you have any question, please post in chat box.
और काम करे से काम कर देता है सारे. अभी जितना काम कर तो भाई ना काम साथ है कराई.
सर कितना
ये बात लास्ट क्वेश्चन.
It is better to ask questions in the chat box because then everybody won't be speaking at the same time.
आप सबको म्यूट कर दीजिए, मैं पूछे ले रहा हूँ क्वेश्चन उनकी तरफ से.
Okay, sir.
ठीक 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 ठीक.
Complete all the activities. There are PPTs available for each and every activity. How to do it, and you will be able to complete that task. But this restriction or access control, all the options are available in the activity setting, and by hit and trial you can learn as well how to create the restrict access, how to create activity completion conditions. This all you can learn by yourself. It is very easy. Like in mobile, if you get a new functionality, no training is required. You all can learn within 5 minutes. In fact, our kids learn in 2 minutes. So by hit and trial, you can learn.
Professor Kidwai,
Sure.
one question is from Mr. Bipin Kumar. Can I
Yes.
develop the form as Google form in Moodle?
Sure. You can develop your own form, Google form. You can conduct quiz on that, and that Google form can be added in a Moodle as an URL or activity. No problem. It can be done. But when there are various options better than Google form to create in Moodle, you would not like to add quiz in using Google form once you are familiar with the addition of quiz.
Thank you, sir. One more question from Adil Kamal. How to generate certification post-course?
A certificate has been added in REC Ambedkar Genomio FDP's course. That was for enrollment. In the same way, a certificate can be added at the end, where after completion of all the activities, you will be able to generate the certificate.
You have answered this, but again, this question is there. Saurabh from Saurabh Bhutani ji. How to put restrictions?
Okay, if you allow me, sir, I will show in the course how to put restrictions.
Yeah, please.
So in the REC Ambedkar course where I have put this restriction, I will show in the quiz how I can add or subtract restriction.
Okay, sir.
As a teacher, I have created this quiz. I have put 2 restrictions. I will show you how it can be done. So I am clicking on this activity after creation. I will click on this wheel. And
Please share your screen also, sir.
Okay. Just a minute, sir. Sorry. I missed that. I will share the screen. You can see. I'm coming from the start to answer this. I have created this quiz. I want to add one more restriction in this. So I will click on this quiz. Then I will click on this wheel. Here the option is edit settings. I will click on that. Go to the settings. And you can see there are various options here. The timing. Earlier I have put the timing when it will be open, which I have removed at that point when most of the people were not getting the timing correct. I can put the grade option. I can select the question behavior here. So coming to the restrict access option. Here restrict access option is there. Already 2 activities are restricting this. I will add one more activity. So on clicking this, see, add restriction, I am clicking. There are options as activity completion, date, grade, user profile, or restriction set. Even date can be a restriction. User profile field can be a restriction. So I will select only activity completion at this moment. So all the activities of this course is there. I will add self-introduction also as a restriction. It should be marked completed. I have selected this. Now these 3 activities are making a restriction. Here the option must is chosen. So all the 3 activities has to be completed before going to this. Or you may choose must not. So there are various combinations you may choose. Here also, like if I wish this activity should not be done, I can choose must not be marked complete, must be marked complete. There are several options. And then just click save and return to the course. And you can see in this quiz, in a restriction set, one more activity has been added. So this is the way of creating restrict access. And this is an important component in directing the students to a particular learning path in an online course, I would say, not only in Moodle course, on any platform.
Thank you, sir. One more similar question is there.
Yes.
How, from Manisha Chaudhary ji. Sir, how to upload a quiz on Moodle?
Rai Sahab has demonstrated how to add a question. Okay, I will again demonstrate in that quiz you have attempted, or in any other quiz, how to add one more question. So again, I will share a screen. So in additional component, I will add one more quiz, which I will remove afterwards. At first, I have to click on this, add an activity or course. Then I have to select the options. At the moment, I am interested in clicking this quiz, or better, I will demonstrate. Okay, I simply add a new quiz instead of adding a question in old quiz. So here comes, you have to name the quiz. It is additional quiz in this. Sorry. It is additional quiz. That is name of the quiz. Any description, if we wish, we can enter here. Timing, grade, layout, we can set. All these options are set in default. I will not change this. I will simply click here.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, one more minute, sir.
Okay.
So now the quiz has been added and you have to add questions within this quiz. So just click on this again. The quiz is blank at this moment. You have to click on this edit quiz. And here again, you have to quiz collect. Click on this, a new question from question bank, from a random question. I will add from question bank. So already many questions are there. All these question options are there. We can select 3 or 4 questions right now. So I am selecting the questions, 3 questions, which you have attempted just before that. Click on this, add selected questions to the quiz. The quiz is ready. You can change the marks if you wish, or you can simply save. This quiz is already available and it can be attempted by anyone. That's the way. Thank you, sir.
Sir, one general question is there from Mr. L. C. Ramakrishnan. In the certificate, please mention our college or university name. Only city is mentioned.
Sir, on online courses or computers, they are just robot. Every activity is designed in such a way that particular instructions they do follow. You have not updated in your profile your college name. And this certificate picks your first name, last name, college name, city, department from your profile field. If you do not upload, keep it blank, then it will be blank.
One similar question may not be related with your talk. How can the certificate be developed by Mr. Bipin Kumar?
How can certificate be developed?
Yeah.
Simply, sir, the background of the certificate you have to upload in the certificate section, and the text you have to decide and you have to write. There are settings where you can placing the text can be decided, and the fields from which it will pick the data of the students. You have to give the coding is available on that. Those codes has to be provided in the name of fields, and certificate will be generated.
One more question, sir. I think it will be last. From many participants, is there any option to reattempt the quiz, or how to make it reattempt?
Sir, this quiz, which you all have attempted in my section, that was meant to demonstrate what kind of online test you can conduct. So in that, I have restricted the quiz attempt to 1 only. And if we allow, I wish I can change it. I will allow you to have more attempts or unlimited attempts until you secure a particular marks. I can change it. So at that moment, it was there. And after today, if you wish, I will allow more attempts. No problem.
Okay, I think no more questions. Vivekanand ji? Vivekanand ji? Haan, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can thank the speaker, then next speaker can be introduced.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.